Hey guys, we are going to shoot a video today about kennel training and how you guys can begin kenneling your puppies, what to expect, and some pitfalls to avoid. So Raven is in the kennel right now. So there's kind of two parts to kennel training. The first part is actually getting your dog to go into the kennel. If they're a little avoidant of walking in there, that can be part of the training process. Then the second part is actually having them stay in the kennel. Now, for most puppies, a matter of life is that they're going to be loud. They're most likely going to scream and whine while in the kennel, and that's just a part of life that every puppy gets over eventually. But there are some things that you can do to help them get over that little bump in the road quicker. First off, if you have a puppy that's going to be destructive, get a kennel that's durable. So this is Roughland. They're really good. There's also impact kennels, gunner kennels, a lot of different kennels that are super durable. If your puppy learns that it can break its way out of a kennel, you're going to have a hard time later in life once it actually gets big. So get a kennel that's durable for the breed that you have. Practice having the dog stay in the kennel during the day while you're busy and doing things. A lot of times puppies will associate kennel time with owners leaving. So anytime I leave, I put the dog in the kennel, and that's the only time the dog goes in the kennel. Without repetition of other instances, we pretty much associate negative things with that kennel. That being, we're leaving the house. So practice throughout the day, 10 to 15 minutes while your dog is in the kennel. Make sure that you don't let them out when they're actively screaming. Now, if they're screaming on and off, and you can find a period of time of 10, 15, 20 seconds where you can let them out when they're not screaming, that's ideal. But don't let them out when they're currently screaming. So 10 to 15 minutes throughout the day, they are going to scream, so just be okay with that. If you need to put them in a place where they can calm down, where it's not too disturbing, then do that. Let's see. Practice going in and out of the kennel a lot, where you go in the kennel, you stay in there for a couple minutes, and then you come out. It doesn't have to be this super long 2 to 3 hour duration every time the puppy goes in the kennel. So another thing you guys can do is give them things to keep busy. You can put Kongs in the kennel, chew toys, avoid things that they can break up and potentially choke on, because they're going to be chewing on them while they're in the kennel. But you can put Kongs in there, you can put tugs, little rubber toys that they can chew on to stay busy. The main points to remember is just have the puppy have a lot of experiences with the kennel. Whether that's alone, with you, throughout the day, at night, all of it. Don't just stick to when I leave and at night. It will take longer for your puppy to become comfortable in the kennel if the only time they go in is when it's time to go to bed or you're leaving and they want to be with you.
Yeah, cool.
With that being said, we're going to bring out Raven. So, like I said, there's different parts of training. There's the duration where they're in the kennel for a long period of time and they learn to be comfortable in there. But then there's another aspect of just going into the kennel and going in there, perhaps waiting before they come back out and things like that. So that's what we're going to do with her today. This little crazy lady. So what you want to do is get some kind of food that they like. I get some kind of high-level food, and it's all it is it's just a food lure into the kennel. You lure in enough for them to turn around. Yes, smart, and then you let them out. And sometimes you can throw the food too. Yes, and then she comes back out. So the in and out is really important here, because this is just an exercise. It's not, okay, you're in there, great, now I'm going to close the door and you're good and we're going to leave, right? This is an exercise, so it's in and out. Good, yes. Raven. So if I go from throwing the food to eventually just luring, and I want her turning around and facing me so that she's not with her butt sticking out of the kennel. Once she's doing well with it, then I can start naming it. So kennel is pretty common. So when she's reliably going in, I can just say kennel. She goes in. And the progression of this is less and less lure on my end. Kennel. Yes. Less and less luring on my end. So I want to be able to just go kennel. Yes. And she goes in like that. Now we've worked a little bit on this before, so some things that you can expect with your puppies is they'll be a little hesitant to go in the kennel because it's kind of a dark space. Sometimes they can be a little scared. Kennel? Yes. So they may be hesitant to go inside, but keep encouraging them, keep food luring them, help them get close or more, what am I trying to say? Help them progress further into the kennel. If you just need to give food right here, then just give food right there. Progress that to the point, kennel, where they're going in the kennel. Then, once she's in there, then we can do a little bit of duration. So I can close the door, I can open it and ask that she stay there, I can give food, close it again, ask that she stay, yes, then release her out. So staying in there is also important. You don't want your dog just blowing through the kennel, blowing out the door every time. Kennel. So that was failed rep. Kennel. Yes. So I'm not going to pay for that. Obviously, be accurate with when you're giving the dog food. Remember, when you give the food matters. That's how the dog is going to learn. Kennel. And then after a while, we can leave her in there. I'll just give her some bit of a jackpot, so to speak, for staying in there. And then after our training session, I'm going to let her stay in there for 10 to 15 minutes to just kind of process what we've learned. And then we can bring her out for other things, for other training. But that's a great place to start. Again, start there and then progress through longer duration. Start by food luring into the kennel, short duration periods. Don't let them out when they're screaming, and lots of practice kenneling in the living room, in the bedroom, in the garage, with you there when you're not there. Lots of different instances and situations where they're experiencing time in the kennel, and they will scream. You guys, most likely they are going to scream when you leave them in there. Once this stops becoming a game and I walk away, she's no longer getting food, so she will scream. So that's just a part of crate training that's going to be evident with most puppies. So just be strong in making it through that. So that was our tips for kennel training. Thanks for watching.